Hey, Donald. Sorry, I can't see chat much. Um, because well, I just can't while doing this. Okay, get my face shield on and my thingy. Oh, I would hate to lose a finger because I've been playing piano since I was 4 years old. Some of my chords would sound funny if I had fingers missing. Okay. What we got here is a friend of mine from church had some walnut trees blow down about 15 or 20 years ago, and he had them cut and stored in his barn, and now they are perfect for turning. And he gave me some chunks of them, and I've cut this one down with a chainsaw, roughly the size I need. Now I just got to turn it to round so that I can get a tenon on it and start making what I need to make out of it. And what that's going to be is a lidded box. That lidded box is going to have a hole in the top where an antique coffee grinder goes. So I've got my protection on. I'm having to go slow because this thing wobbles. And I'm going to see if I can get my headphones on with my face shield on. Okay, I got them on. So if somebody clicks, I've pinned the link to be on the panel up at the top. If anybody wants to come up and be my translator, you're more than welcome to. So let's get this wobbly thing going. I got to turn it down to where it's more balanced. See it shake? I need the other two. We're only going about 400 RPMs right now, and I like to turn a lot faster than that, but it's so out of balance that until I get it down to round, I can't go any faster. And sorry about the noise. loaf of bread. I don't know what kind of bread you've been eating. This would make a weird sandwich, I'll put it that way. And this is going to be pretty time consuming, but the more I get it balanced out a little bit, I can start turning it up. I'll get it just fast enough that it starts to wobble. Got to let the tool do the work. And once you do that, I'm not having to hardly push at all, because the speed of the wood going past hitting that sharp edge does the work. I mean, I could do it without my hand on it. So I got my hand down here. It's just, it helps control where you're doing it. So see, I can put one finger on just to keep it where it's supposed to be. But, you know, when they say don't try this at home, that's not a good way to do it. Okay, pizza. Hey, Kiwi, Ashley, John, Camper. Let's see. I said Donald, and welcome. This is just going to take a while I get this down, but I thought, why not? I'll put it out there. I would have started earlier, but my granddaughter was here. We was practicing on her solo that she's going to sing at the Christmas recital at the school. Probably helps that her papa is the music teacher. Now, when people edit videos where they're doing this, they usually speed this part up. Since we're doing it live, I really can't do that. Okay. Didn't tighten this down enough. And I will look anyway. See, that's coming out pretty good. I just got to see, when I started, this was a square-ish piece of wood. Oh, it's turning out pretty good. Once I get it turned down, it'll look a lot better. Let's tighten that up. Make sure we're good. We'll see if I can speed it up just a little bit now for some passes. Okay, we're going up to 575. Now it'll slow down a little bit once it gets resistance. Raisma. Make sure it doesn't hit. Okay. Pink Sky, Dougster. Hello. Woo. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Much better. I'm changing tools because that one's starting to heat up just from the friction. Okay. I did a catch on it and it aired out. So I'm going to take just a quick break and say hi and put a cloth over my keyboard. Sorry about the blowing in your ear, but I got wood chips all over my keyboard. So, why we keep these little rags around. This. No, really, believe it or not, this is not the beginning of a pen. This is going to be a lot larger. Hey, Joey, shift kicker. Again, anyone that wants to come up on panel, hey, I better check and see if anybody's there, huh? Yeah, if anybody wants to come up on panel and be my eyes and ears, since I can't really, while I'm doing this, I can't look at chat much. Be much appreciated, but not necessary. It just takes me a while in between. Yeah, this is going to be something larger. The first thing I got to make out of it is a lidded bowl. So it's going to have we're going to take it and then we'll part it down there and make a lid that will fit on it, that'll fit together. And it's going to be a walnut bowl. Then I add the rest of the stuff. So before I'm done, I got to hollow this thing out too. So let's try this again. Killed it again. I need food. You know, I haven't eaten anything all day. I really should have had breakfast and lunch, but I'll just save it for supper. Whoa! Kick back. Ah. And a while ago, a piece flew off and hit me in the face shield. That's why we wear face shields. Looking a lot better. I know it still looks like crap, but should have seen it when I started. Whew. Sorry, it's just catching up on the chat a little bit. Okay, let's go the other direction for a while. Quit that. That last little lip right there, I'll just leave on. I'm going to turn it off eventually. But look, we're almost around. I think we can speed it up just a little bit. Let's go back to the other one. See, now that we're going faster, it's turning a little bit better. Hey, James Schultz. Ashley, I spread them around the flower beds in the yard and stuff like that where I want to kind of add some mulch or something. No, Darren, I use this same lathe for everything I do. It's a pretty good lathe. Whoop, almost didn't put my face shield down. Okay, I want to move the tool rest. And look how smooth it's getting now that I'm getting it up to speed. That's going to be a beautiful box, isn't it? Ah, perfect. Okay, not that yet. Let's go back to the roughing. Ooh, that got hot. Try something. Yeah, hello? Oh, okay. Okay. I'll call you in a little bit. Well, I'm streaming and working in the shop. So, okay. Bye. Well, just had an aunt pass away. That was my mom. Okay, so what have I missed? Oh, yeah. Sorry you're having a bad day. I can't. I'm gonna have to take a. Golly, I've got so much sawdust down the front of my shirt. And matter of fact, my little leather apron that I wear to protect myself has got a pouch in the front, like a hoodie. And look what's in it. It collects sawdust for me. Yeah. When I say aunt, she was a great aunt, and it wasn't unexpected. And I haven't seen her in years, but it's still sad. Yeah. But I'm gonna call get the details and everything from my mom later. You can see though why I call these tools cheater tools. See how much easier that is to turn. Pardon pardon me, I may have to put a respirator on. Still not round. Okay, now we need to set some sizes on this. So let me grab my fancy little tool. Get out of the way. You don't want you. There we go. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to set this thing to be 5 inches. And that's going to tell me when I've got it the size we need. How are we going to do that, you ask? Well, somewhere around here I got something to measure with. That'll work. Let's do that. So I want 5 inches. Ooh, I hope I can get 5 inches. Oh, yeah, we'll be able to get this to 5. There we go, 5 inches. Oh, wait, I don't need 5 inches. 5 inches is the height. Hold on a second. Let me get my instructions out here. Okay. Oh, 3.5 is the hole. Whew. Okay. So it's 3.5. get my contraption out that's going to go on top of it and measure it. So it is, oh yeah, we don't need near that much. Okay. So get in there. Just move it down and measuring it. Okay. So that's okay. That's where we need to be. You know, I heard it when you've got your keyboard covered up with a cloth. There we go. Okay, I've got the link to the StreamYard pinned at the top if anybody wants to come in and help tell me what people are asking and stuff, because I'm gonna be missing it. I can't really see chat while I'm working. So, hey Brad, how you doing? Okay, so we still need to go down a little bit. Y'all see though, I call these cheater tools because, well, you saw the difference between using this and using the traditional SKUs over there. I just think I don't think it's cheating. It's easier. I just like doing stuff the traditional way sometimes. All right, let's move this up a little. Keep it squared off, and we may speed it up a little again. We're finally over 1,000 RPM. Got some cracks we need to seal. That's the screw hole. But now I'm not going to be using this part down here. That'll get cut off. The main part of the little bowl the bowl that I'm making, it's going to be up here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drop some CA on it. I'll use some thin, because thin will soak down in there, and once it hardens, oh, that's a little walnut will kill you when you get that dust in. I'm seriously might have crack. Just letting it soak in, putting some of the CA on it, and especially that one right there. Let it soak in, and then I'm gonna turn it down a little slow. Now it doesn't have to be slow, but I don't want it splattering all over me. Spray it with some activator. All that does just sets up the CA glue. Okay. Crank her back up. Up is still slinging some CA glue off there. Almost there. Oh, I just almost. Oh, perfect. Right there. Now, we cut that off. There. Okay, so we're going to need to put a pin in here. So we put a pin in there. And we cut off there. That leaves plenty of room to mess with. So, time to change. Oops. Before we do that, let's back off our. And I'm doing this, and I could have done this smarter, but I was having to get it down to round. I got excited about doing that. So, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to back this off. That's it. There we go. Back that off. Get that up there. I hope that doesn't cause that should not. It won't cause a problem with the finished product. Matter of fact, it will look pretty good, but I need to turn this down. So let's get a square pusher. Here we go, and let's turn it. Get that. And there we go. Now we're going to be putting it in the chuck. I'm going to have to get different. What about that chuck? Let's use that. Well, maybe not. See if I can get that thing open. Almost. Nope. I don't know. It might. Let's see if we can. Now another one fell off. Oh. Okay. There we go. Whew. I heard somebody. Hey! Here to help in free giveaways.
That's all I'm here for. I guess. I'm on my phone. Is there an app for StreamYard though?
App for StreamYard
on your phone?
I don't know. I've always just used the browser.
Yeah, it's popped up on the top of my phone. I don't know. But I'm here.
Thank you. Because I can't see what people are saying in there while I'm working.
Right. Yeah, so, you kind of don't want to take your eyes off of what you're doing when you're working with the lathe.
Right.
It's one of those things.
Yeah, and this there is going to let me turn it around. Work on the other end without having stuff in the way. So, whew, and this thing is messy. I've got wood chips down my shirt, and I hate when I get that. So, let's take this off. this end.
Larry says he wants the wine bottle that you're making the cork for.
Yeah, it's a huge wine bottle.
Shift Kicker says there is an app.
Okay. It's heavy. Now I'm going to use my drill to take the, because this end that that I just unscrewed off of there is it's screwed in with 8 screws. So got to take them off because I'm done with that faceplate for now anyway. And we're going to have to hollow this thing out in a minute. Of course, I'm going to cheat though because it take me too long to do it traditional way. So I'm going to get it started and then finish it the traditional way. We'll use the biggest Forstner bit that I've got and drill it down. So,
what are you building? Or is that
I was
secret?
What am I doing here?
Yeah, what are you making?
I can't say.
Okay.
Because the person that I'm making it for might come in and see the video. Well, I guess I can. If they come and see the video, no, as long as I don't tell who it's for, it doesn't matter, right?
Sure.
Okay. What it is, this will actually go on the lid that's on there. And the lid's going to be either friction fit, or I might even make a little hinge for it to open up, because this little handle on top, you put your coffee beans in there, and then you grind your coffee beans down, and it will fill this up with your fresh ground coffee, and then you just scoop out what you want and make coffee.
There's a name for that, and I can't think of it.
Coffee grinder.
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry. That was too easy. I couldn't resist. Now, somebody that knows more about coffee would probably be able to tell me. Where's RC with his encyclopedic knowledge when you need him? There. So, we're measuring out. That's what I was cutting this down to is the size of the part that goes on top. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the bottom down and put a 10 in here, flip it around so that I'm working back on the other end again. I just didn't want the faceplate on here because you see the screws I'm using go to right there. Okay, so I can turn a 10 in, and as long as I make the bottle or the jar like here, the screws that I put in here are going to the sacrificial part. See, so all I've got to do, huh?
Are you putting like stainless steel or glass inside the wood?
No, but I am using a food safe finish in it.
Okay.
It's basically going to be finished out and then polished down, and we're actually going to use beeswax and then let it heat up and soak into it, and then we're going to lightly polish that down to where that's all it is. It's just the beeswax. And once it's sanded down and heated and gets impregnated down in there, it basically seals the wood and doesn't come off.
And it almost turns into glass. Larry said it's a coffee grinder extractor storage container device.
Yeah.
That's what
a hillbilly bean masher. Okay. Now let's go ahead and pull this up, kind of keep it secure.
What kind of wood is that? I'm sorry. I'm like,
It's walnut. It's black walnut, and it's harvested about 4 miles from here.
black walnut's
This
the
is
same wood that they take a big old chunk of it and put a clock guts inside of it. Well, they burnish it first, and then they put RC's here. Put clock guts in it, and just the pattern of the wood and the grain of the lines is just awesome in walnut.
check this out. Here, no, that's my chainsaw sitting on top of this block that I'm working on now that I cut out of that stump. I just realized I probably need to make it easier for you to see that if I do that, right? But see, it's got, see, so, and then here's the way it was when I first put it on the lathe. So we've gone from that down to this. So
yeah, it looked like a loaf of bread when you first put it on the lathe. On my phone, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Plus, I was hungry.
Let's get that tenon started here. Make sure we're running. Oh. Okay, here's what you got to be careful about. You see that right there? I can barely get my fingernail in there. If I hit this and it moves a little, it's going to catch on those. And of course, this lathe has good error detection. I mean, it'll actually stop it if it gets caught like that, but it can't be good for it. So let's pop this wide banjo out, or rest out of the banjo. Let's put this narrower one there. Give me a little more minute control on it. There we go. Now.
Yeah, in shop class, I liked working with the lathe. Bandsaw, not so much. I broke 2 blades, and I got the thunder and lightning. Mr. Golick wailed on me for that one. That was stupid. Bye, Shift Kicker. Thanks for being to me.
Bye, Shift Kicker.
Well, RC, if you read up the chat, what it says it's a coffee grinder extractor storage container device. That's what he.
That works.
I'm just gonna have Larry name everything he makes.
Okay, I need it really to be turned in a little bit, so let's start here. Give it a little reverse bevel. And now I'll just cut that front off.
A happy belated birthday. Monday or Wednesday, I think it was. Monday.
Okay. See, using that faceplate, it'll sit there. That live centered back here just kind of keeps it a little more stable.
That's probably going to be like, what, 6 inches, 7 inches tall?
Yeah, about 6. Ooh, you see that? See the rough part right there? Well, that was spinning. That just about got my thumb. I might start paying attention better. Okay, let's reverse this thing out. And we're going to drill a hole. I do them. Oh, I put them back where they're supposed to be. Maybe.
That's not supposed to happen.
Okay. There we go. Then I just flip it around. Make sure it's in there right. Tighten it up. Let it spin a second. Now, anytime you turn it, you're always going to get a little bit of a wobble. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn it down, because this is the way I'm going to finish it. And I want it to be perfectly, if you don't get that wobble out, when you go to sand it, it's going to cause you all kinds of issues. So let's bring this in, and let's just do a light pass on it. Oh, wrong one. Let's go with this one. Yeah. Keep forgetting to put my face mask down.
You wore goggles.
Well, I wear glasses underneath the. Well, I'm not going to stick my head under there while this is running, but I can show you a little bit. It's a full face shield.
I got you. I know what you're talking about.
Woo! Oh, son of a. Not the first time I've done that. I went off the end, and when I did, it knocked it down, and you can see the scar from the last time I did that, but this time it bit me there. Okay, let's kind of ease it.
Are you gonna stain the outside of it? You can do natural.
It's going to be all natural. I'm going to put a good finish on it, but it's not going to be stained. It's going to be just a good. Matter of fact, it'll be the same finish as we have on the outside. I'm also putting a clock in it.
I'm telling you, man, and like up and out that we have the picture across the street, and this guy sells 15 of them a year.
Well, I'm cheating. I've got a little digital clock that's designed to use a Forstner bit to cut a hole and put it in there, and now you got a digital clock in the side of it.
Right.
Okay.
Whereas trying to catch them in your mouth, the wood chips.
Pardon?
Brad said, "Are you trying to catch them in your mouth?" The wood chips flying up, hitting you in the face.
Oh no, that's why I'm wearing this thing right here. That's why I'm wearing this thing.
Well, that wasn't down when you first started.
No, I pull it up. It's on my head. But now what we're going to do, I wish I had another camera, and I'm going to have to get another camera so I can show a longer shot. Because what I'm going to do is I'm taking the live center off and putting in a chuck. And it just goes in there. And let's see if I can back this up a little so if I move this up, you can see my bushings and stuff over there. And then I'll just tilt this back down a little bit. And now you can see a little bit better. Is that better?
Yeah. You can see the end where you're going to bar it out.
Right.
Happy belated birthday, RC. I don't know if you heard me or not, but I know it was, Monday, I believe? I haven't seen him really since then. Yesterday. Well, before that, actually. I didn't make it in on Monday.
Let's see. Do I have a bigger? No, I don't. We're just going to use it. First thing I always do when I'm putting the Forstner bit in is I turn the lathe all the way down so that I don't accidentally forget and turn it on fast. I mean, I would notice it before I started drilling, but I think it's kind of cool when you drill this way, what you're drilling gets spun and the drill bit stays still. See that?
Right. Yep.
So we'll lock that down. Let's get it up to about, say about 500 to 700 RPM. Ooh, you know what? Yeah, this will get me started anyway.
Sorry if you guys hear crunching. I opted for a nutty bar and I got food cooking right now. Did I forget to eat most of the time?
Getting a little smoke. Gonna turn it down just a little. And the reason I'm holding this with my left hand is because if it gets, sometimes it'll catch a little bit. And if it does, it'll start spinning around and it'll wreck this stuff. This stuff being my tools. So we're at the end of that. Because it's just a friction fit, with the, now, move the whole in stock up. Drill it more.
Chris G's here.
Who?
Chris G.
Oh, cool. There we go. You know what I should have done? I should have trimmed off the end before I started doing that. But let's go ahead and do that now. Okay. Because, see, we're only that far into it. And I really needed, I should have cut it off where it's going to fit. And that would let me go deeper.
Right.
Let's cut it off. Let's cut it off. Off with its head. And I'm just going to use a parting tool. No, I'm not. I'm going to use a turner.
Your lathe motor isn't very
Isn't very what?
loud. Like the ones at our school, it was just humming away, and you had to scream over top of it, and
Oh yeah, there's some of them get. Hey, let's see what I. Oh,
how big is that lathe?
oh, okay, that's not too bad. Cool. Cool. It just worked its way out of the lathe. It's a Jet 21, Jet 1221. So, but I can't. That wasn't really a an error problem in the lathe. A bit off, and I can already see I'm not going to be able to finish this today, but I'm going to get it as close as I can. I'm going to see if I can. Well,
Rome wasn't built in a day.
No, cutting it down. Now I'll cut it off. I'm going to use the parting tool like I should have done to begin with. Okay. Need a longer cord on my headset.
Yeah, I was trying to finagle my camera for the computer for like streaming, and just trying to get a different angle, and yeah, it didn't quite work for me. I tried to bug me to the right.
Now let's turn that down because that thing's fixing to go flying. The piece I'm cutting off is just wedged onto there.
What's up, Darren? Put my stickers in the mailbox.
Okay. See, I'm doing this all wrong.
What do you mean all wrong?
Well, I shouldn't have drilled until I had it cut down to where I wanted it. So
You jumped the gun a little bit.
yeah, well, it's the first time I've made one of these. And yes, I have been known to cheat. Oh, battery.
Can't rush perfection.
Yep.
Now that was cheating.
That's what I said. I've been known to cheat.
Well,
Some
I
good
was
wood,
like
though.
looking at chat to make sure somebody wasn't saying anything. I flip over to you and you got a sawzall in your hand or whatever kind of saw that was, some kind of reciprocating saw.
Yeah, I call them sawzaws. Now, let's get this thing centered back up in there. Do this right. Okay. Tight. Woo! Now we can put our drill back in there and drill it deeper. That's what she said. You were going to say that, weren't you?
I said at the same time you did.
Great minds. What can I say? Now, I think this is really just this pilot hole, just the starter hole. And I'm going to actually turn it out to size in there with my tools. But let's see. That should be about right. Much better. Okay, that's about as far as we can go.
I see. We didn't we didn't drill out anything from the inside. We made baseball bats on the lathe.
Oh, okay.
We weren't even supposed to do that. Mr. Gold was cool until he hit me.
I've got 2 baseball bat pin sets. Had to get some special stuff for them. And I'm trying to find me some wood that I think would look good with them. Okay, so let's finish the outside of our turning here. And this will keep that wedged on there. Now, we are ready to rock and roll. Let's see, we're going to start with round. Then we're going to go to not round. I've just done this for so long using these little round cutters. And, I'm going to turn that a little bit. They're cool because all you got to do is loosen it up and turn it, and you've got a fresh cutting edge. And I can do that maybe 6 or 8 times before I've used up one of the cutters. So I just turned it to where I've got a fresh one on there. And let's speed her up.
Is that the technical term for that tool that's in your hand right now? Is a cutter?
I call them cutter. It's carbide turning tool. You'll hear them called turning tools. Now, the traditional ones are skews.
Excuse. That's oh. I'm trying to think. I was brainstorming. Like, I know they weren't, knives or chisels or anything, and I could not remember what it was. I was going nuts.
Yep, they're skews.
And that bugged me all night. You know that, right?
That's what?
That would have bugged me all night.
Oh, I'm glad that what are they able to let you know then? Okay, we want the little neck on there, and the grinder is going to sit right up here. And it should, if I've measured right, just go right straight into the wood, come out a little bit wider.
Oh, so the side that you're working on is the top?
Yes, this is the top right here.
Oh, I thought it was the bottom. Don't listen to me. I'm here to help.
And then I'm going to cut it off about right there.
You're cutting the wood off right there?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to make it because how are you going to get the coffee out if you don't have some way to take the lid off? And the grinder actually screws in. Now, what some people do is they'll make I just don't have the tools necessary to do it, but they'll take this, hollow it out, and then cut it, and they'll make another little round deal that goes in and makes a little round drawer that you can pull the drawer out with the coffee in it. That's just too much for me. I want to see. We're going to do a little experiment here.
But isn't it manufacturing, though, doing it that way? Hi, Anna.
Yeah. So about right there will be the bottom of the boat.
Anna, I'm crazy.
Hi, Anna. Let's look and see what this is going to look like. Oh, you notice what I noticed? We got a low spot up here. See, when I was marking that, wasn't touching right there. I need to go one more pass with this. Now, if I've done that right, I should be able to make some passes on here. Let's polish this up and look at it and see what it's going to look like. And this outside may be done, where all I have to do is hollow it out, cut it off, put the hinges on where I need them. So let's just polish it up real quick. Normally I would wet. Yeah, I can do that. Well, we're going to actually wet polish this. So
the outside of it?
No, I do everything. You know me, I'm a hillbilly. What's this? We're taking wet sandpaper pads, polishing pads. And I'm just going to sand it down. I just want to see what it's going to look like here. Matter of fact, I think what I'm going to have to do is use some of my mesh. And I've got a and I use a little board and I put the sanding mesh on it. That keeps me nice and flat, so my fingers don't add any grooves or anything. But when I'm done here in a second, we're going to have a pretty good idea of the way this is going to look. Okay, now let's hit it with the polishing.
Now we use more of a mesh when we were like sanding our bats. It was more of a mesh. It wasn't paper. Almost like cheesecloth, but a little.
Got some pink on it.
For some reason, Bryce doesn't want to work.
Brad doesn't want to who? Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to spin it the other direction for a while. Okay, that's good enough there. Let's spin it the other way. Finish this puppy off. Where'd my pink one go? Oh, well. Okay, so we've got where'd my rag go? I need a rag. Dragging my computer off its little stand. Okay, there's me a rag. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use some denatured alcohol. Get as much of the dust off of it as I can. I still got some tear out there. I'm gonna have to get some CA, but I still want to look at this wood. Okay, so we're going to use Yorkshire grit. It's a abrasive paste. So what we do is we just get us a wad of it on here. Turn the lathe down pretty slow. And then we're going to put it on here. And it gets quite warm. So once I get it on here good, I'm going to wad up my rags where I've got a little bit more layers there. Turn this way up. It's almost like a 30,000 grit sandpaper is what it is. And then we're going to turn it back down really slow. And I'm going to get my beeswax. I just keep a big block of beeswax. And I'm just going to put me a nice thick coat on there. Okay. Go to a different part of my rag, spin this thing back up. And we're going to let the rag heat up a little bit. I'm just barely touching it. But you'll see it get shiny. And that is the wax melting. Let that go for a minute. Now I'll just go to a different spot, wipe as much of that wax off as I can. That'll tell us what we've got. Okay, and this is what the finished product will look like. The wood. Isn't that beautiful? Huh. Lost Pizza Guy. Oh, that's fine, pizza. I was just, but yeah, that looks really. Move that bright light off so we don't have as much glare. I think that is definitely going to be beautiful. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to go and get me some supper, but yeah, this is going to be a winner. I just need to finish hollowing it out. And you know, I might be able. Well, hollow it out and figure out a way to have the lid to where you can take it off to get your coffee your grounded coffee out. And I really like that crack there, as long as it doesn't mess with the integrity of the wood. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pardon me, I got some thick. And we'll use medium for now. Put some medium CA in that. And I can just leave that to cure. See, it's soaking down in it. And by the time I get back out here, should be all cured up. Hey, thank you, everybody. We'll be doing more stuff very soon. But I got to get me something to eat. I haven't eaten anything all day. Hey, thank you, Darren, Pizza Guy, Anna, Donald, Chris, everybody. Larry, I didn't even see Larry in here. But of course, kind of been busy. So thank you. And I will be back. And I'm going to stream finishing this so that everybody can see it. So thank you. And y'all be good to one another. Bye-bye.